everyone, Cassandra Lowry here, and today I am going to talk to you a little bit about vendor events for beginners. So when I was asked to cover this subject, I was a little nervous because I'm going to admit I am actually really new to vendor events. I just started doing them this past September. One of my front lines, Michelle, is like a rock star at vendor events, and I really took a lot of advice from her. So I'm going to be sharing the advice that she gave me today, as well as some additional tips that I've kind of learned along the way. So first thing for me, my first question to her was, how do I find vendor events? So if you go onto Facebook, you can type in your county, your state, a couple of surrounding counties into like the search for groups. So you can type in like Kanawha, Putnam, Cabell, those are my three surrounding counties, vendor events. And then it'll pull up different groups that have events listed. Basically, the people who are hosting events or people who are attending events will share information about booking events. And then you just follow the directions typically in the post to get the events. Another thing that really made me nervous about vendor events was carrying a lot of inventory. So having all that stock can be really scary. It feels like a really big investment and you're not exactly sure if it's even going to pay off, right? So the tip that she gave me was treat a vendor event, especially when you're first starting out, as an ability to network. So you don't have to take a ton of products. You can even show up with your testers, some catalogs, some business cards, maybe some homemade samples, and really just get your name out into your community. The really good thing that I have found with vendor events is it has given me the opportunity to get my name out there in my area. I have typically ran my business on Facebook. I have done a lot of online parties, and that's how I've ran the majority of my business. I've been with Posh since May of 2016, so it's never too late to start trying something new. And when I first went into it, I did buy a little bit of inventory, but it wasn't anything crazy. I took my hand cream testers, I took a lot of business cards and a lot of catalogs and some samples, and I just made a point to talk to everyone that was brave enough to come in my direction. I'm not sitting behind my booth because you want to be out there sharing Posh with the people. You want to be networking with other vendors. These other vendors at these types of events are going to be a good asset for you for future events coming up. You can also maybe have them to be your next customer or your next hostess. A lot of the times the different vendors will walk around and they'll hand out their business cards, and they do kind of network together. So when at these events, don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Don't be afraid to talk to people. Don't be afraid to stand at the edge of your table with your hand cream and say, hey, have you ever tried Posh before? Let's put it in their hand them a business card. Another thing that I like to do that's been helpful is I will do a drawing. And again, these are not all like my genius brand new ideas. These are a lot of things that I've learned from my front line and from other people who do events. Okay, so anyway, squirrel. I do like to have a drawing box where people can put entries, and on the slips, we used to have them in the portal. I do believe there are some available in the graphics groups to where people can put in their name, their email, and their telephone number, and then there's little check boxes. I would like more information about hosting a party. I would like more information about being an influencer. You know, they have 3 little boxes on the bottom that they can check, and I'll do like maybe a hand cream and a soap, and it's like an enter to win type of situation. Of course, you're going to draw a winner, but what I like to do is everyone is a winner, okay? So even if they didn't win the grand prize, they can still win a sample pack that gives you an opportunity to send Posh to these people and possibly get a sale. It gives you an opportunity to tell them you've won a spa night with your girlfriends. That gives you the opportunity to do an in-home party, to go to her house, his house, spoil them, spoil their friends, and expand your network. I always, as a beginner, vendor event doer person, lady, like to look at vendors events as an opportunity to just expand my network. The more I can get my name out there, the more of those drawing slips I can get to offer samples or to try to get a party booked, the better I feel. And even if I don't make a sale, if I have handed my information out, I feel like it has been a success. Now, on that note, I will tell you that I don't really go to the super expensive vendor events because, again, I'm a beginner. I don't really have a ton of stock to take to vendor events. Yes, I have taken a little bit of my commission monthly and invested that into my vendor event stock because I'm never going to tell you to put yourself in debt in order to run a business, but sometimes you do have to spend a little bit of money to make a little bit of money. Okay, so I do take a little bit of my commission every month and set it aside and buy some products to have at the event. But again, my whole point is to network with shoppers, network with vendors, get your name out there in the community, and really use it as an opportunity to expand. Again, I am not a professional, but if you have any questions about vendor events or anything else like that, you can go ahead and stick them down in the comments. Facebook's a little crazy, so you might want to tag me, and I'm happy to answer any questions. You all have a great day, and go find a vendor event.